It's like me having my surgery, me leaving my job, me going full time into my business. All of those things were major life changes, and I didn't want to be medicated because I thought that I could handle everything on my own. And since August, it has become increasingly obvious that I cannot.
Just five, from the 45, don't get out of line. Yeah. Ooh, 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 pick a side. Only double lines we cross is dollar signs. Yeah. Ooh, 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 hold on, wait.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Child, May has been a lot. May has been a lot, and we're going to talk about it. And I didn't even realize up until maybe 2 or 3 days ago that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And it's so interesting because when I say that I've been doing all of the things to take care of my mental health in a way that I have never done before in May, divine timing, okay? But we're going to talk about mental health because I feel like it's an important conversation. I feel that it's a conversation that needs to be made more normalized to have because there are so many people out here who are struggling with mental health and don't know what to do about it. They're ashamed of having to go get help for it. And we're going to X that stigma out, okay? But the scent for this video, because y'all know I love a vibe, so we about to light an incense. The scent for this video is Fly Girl by yours truly, okay? You can find all of my incense in the description box below by clicking my Snip Feed link, and it'll take you to all of my links and stuff. Go get you a pack bag, okay? I have like several incense to choose from. This one in particular smells like it smells like Love Spell from Victoria's Secret. It's a dupe. So, if you were a Love Spell girly, go get you some incense, babe. But I have been doing all of the things this month in regards to my mental health. Um, if you follow me on TikTok mainly, and I talked about it a little bit on Twitter as well. It smells so good. But I talked about it a little bit on Twitter as well. Um, I have been diagnosed for maybe about a year, almost a year and a half now. Come on, incense, stay where you're supposed to stay. There we go. I've been diagnosed for a little bit over a year and a half now with ADHD and bipolar 2 disorder. And it has been quite the journey, right? And when I first was diagnosed with it, I was anti-med. I didn't want to be on meds. I had heard so many things about people's side effects and how it made them feel zombie like, and I didn't want to feel like that. So I opted out. But my doctor always let me know that if it was something that I changed my mind about, that we could always revisit it. And I had a doctor's appointment maybe like 3 weeks now. It's been about 3 weeks where it was supposed to be a physical, just a random checkup because I hadn't been to the doctor in quite a while. But we ended up talking a lot about my mental health, and we definitely revisited some of the things that we had talked about before. And I told him that I think it's time because of all of the things that have come about is the best way that I can put it in my life, as far as like me having my surgery, me leaving my job, me going full time into my business. All of those things were major life changes, and I didn't want to be medicated because I thought that I could handle everything on my own. And since August, it has become increasingly obvious that I cannot. And I just felt like the best thing for me is to at least try a medicine. And that led me down this whole rabbit hole. And my doctor ended up putting me on Wellbutrin. And Wellbutrin is technically an antidepressant and is used off market for ADHD as well. So when my doctor was explaining to me that he was putting me on Wellbutrin, I was like, but I'm not depressed. And the silence that was in the room when I said that was deafening. And I remember because we had my therapist during the visit on telehealth or like telecommunication or whatever. And we were all chit chatting and talking. And I asked that my therapist be a part of my appointment because I knew that I wanted to talk about my mental health and my ADHD and stuff like that. So when I said that I'm not depressed, my therapist kind of just looked at me, and that kind of told me everything I needed to know. And I realized that I have been depressed. I just didn't realize it, which I feel like a lot of people go through, especially people who have been this way their entire life. And my doctor and my therapist made it very clear to me that, and I think I said this yesterday on Twitter, it's normal to me because that's how things have always been. My doctor was like, I'm interested to see in your next appointment if that is still the same or if it changes. Like, it's wild, y'all. So I've been on Wellbutrin for 2 weeks now. Actually, it's been a little over 2 weeks because I filled my prescription. Actually, I got my prescription the day of my appointment. I started it that Tuesday, which was the next day. Y'all, when I say that, let me preface this actually by saying this is not me saying that Wellbutrin has fixed all of my problems in my life. It is literally not that. What it is given me a new outlook on life. It's allowed me to see that there is a different way to live my life versus what I have been subjected to. I'll say that. And very much like my doctor said, the reason that I didn't realize that I was or I am depressed, the reason that I didn't realize that the way that I existed in life was not normal is because that's all I've ever experienced. And being on this medicine and being as clear headed as I have been, or as clear headed as it has assisted me in being, it's like a whole new world has opened up for me. It's like a whole new, like, it's like a culture shock almost. And I'm still moving towards or moving through all of my emotions, because one thing that it's definitely been doing is bringing a lot of things up to the surface. Like, literally just this past Sunday, I was watching, what is the name of that show? It's Mama June's Family something or another. I can't remember, but it's basically like a spinoff of Honey Boo Boo or whatever. And in this show, the plot basically of the show is showing how garbage Mama June has been as a mother. And so in this clip that I was watching, they were having a conversation about the fact that Mama June stole all of Alana's money, and she's now about to go to college, and she ain't got no money. And basically, Alana and Pumpkin were telling her, like, yo, like, you have literally, like, taken no accountability. You pretty much set us up to fail, is what they were saying. And when I tell y'all, that hit me right here, because I think those are things like about my own relationship with my mother that I've suppressed. And me and my mom have been no contact for almost a year now. And I think I've been suppressing how I truly felt about that in general. And all of that came up Sunday. And I let myself feel what I needed to feel. I cried it out for like 45 minutes. And I got up and went ahead about my business. Like, and that's not to say that I'm trying to bypass it. It's very, like, it's the complete opposite of that. It's making me sit down and it's making me address these things that I haven't had the mental capacity to address, because I have literally been in mental survival mode. You feel me? And if I could say that it's helped with anything, it's definitely helped with that. It's definitely allowed me to process things a lot better. Not that it has helped me make sense of things completely, but it's put me on the track to be able to do that. And I'm grateful for that because that's something that I never thought that I would be able to do. And it's a difference between acknowledging your feelings and feeling them and letting them pass versus acknowledging it and sitting in it and letting it consume you. And that's what unmedicated Mecca would have done. I would have let Sunday shut down my whole day. You feel me? So I'm glad for that. The other thing that Wellbutrin has done is it's helped me be a lot more clear headed. Like my thoughts don't have thoughts anymore at the moment. I'm able to process my thoughts. I'm able to better exercise my executive function. Like I'm able to make a plan, follow the steps and execute that plan and focus versus feeling like I have to do everything all at one time. If you have ADHD, you know what I'm talking about. Like it's nothing for me to get up and go like load the dishwasher and it'd be like, you know what? I should probably go sweep the bathroom. And it goes over like I get ahead of myself sometimes and nothing gets done that way. But on Wellbutrin, one of the things that I have noticed is I'm able to focus on the task at hand and then move on to the next thing, which has for me been a game changer. I've been able to get so much more done, so much more completed, and that has helped me greatly with my business, with my content, with all of it. So grateful for that. Um, what else? It's just allowed me to create structure in my life. And as someone with ADHD, I'm the type of ADHDer who needs structure and I need routine, but I need it to be kind of flexible. And it's allowed me room and space for that. So I'm just grateful that I made the decision to get on meds, and I'm documenting this whole thing on my TikTok, which can be found below. And I remember I made a video, I think it was like maybe day 3, and I was talking about some of the side effects that I have been getting, like headaches. What else? It was headaches and something else. It was another symptom, but I was basically talking about the potential side effects that could happen. And one of the people that commented on the video was like, well, I've been prescribed Wellbutrin, and if that's gonna happen, I don't want to take it. You are somebody who is struggling with something like ADHD or what have you. Don't let somebody else's experience dictate what your experience could be. Just because I had headaches doesn't mean that you're going to have headaches. One of the other side effects of it is it puts you at a higher risk for stroke. That doesn't mean you're going to have a stroke. It just means that there is a higher potential with you taking this medicine. You feel me? There are people who have been on Wellbutrin who have never had a stroke. So don't let somebody else sharing their experience dictate what your experience can be and scare you out of going to get the help that you need. And I feel like it's important for us to have these conversations, especially during Mental Health Awareness Month, because I feel like there's such a stigma still, which is wild to me, but there's such a stigma still in regard to mental health awareness and the struggles that people who are suffering with mental health have to go through. And I feel like it's still foreign for a lot of people that don't have these struggles to understand, but I don't want people to stop speaking because of that. And this is coming from somebody who always kind of knew that there was something happening, there was something going on. And because of what I have witnessed as someone who worked with kids who suffer from all type of mental health, um, also seeing mental health in my family, it scared me out of doing the things that I needed to do versus putting me down a path where I felt like I could address these things. And so I just want it to become more of a conversation. I want us to normalize talking more about mental health. I want us to, especially within like the spiritual community, because there is this stigma that, or there is this belief that if you suffer from mental health, like, should you be practicing spirituality? And that's a whole other topic and a whole other video for another time. But it makes me think about um, Mystic Lipstick. It makes me think about Danielle, who passed last month. or the beginning of this month. I can't remember which one. And the possibility that mental health was involved, and the conversations that were had around that were mind blowing to me, because I'm like, don't just look at the spiritual aspect of it, which it could have been, but none of us know for sure, because obviously we can't we can't talk to her. But I feel like it was a lot of mental health that went undiscussed, and I just don't want that to be the case for anybody else. Like, that was a lot. So if you are somebody who is struggling with your mental health, please do what you need to do to take care of yourself. If you're somebody who is struggling with your mental health, please get the help that you need. If that means you going to therapy, if that means getting medicated, if that means talking to your doctor and seeing what the best plan is moving forward for you, do the things that you have to do to take care of yourself. There is no shame in being proactive about your mental health. And I want people to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in the black community, we already know. Like, half of us don't even want to go to the doctor for a checkup, much less talk about our mental health. Child, please. Because we're so used to hearing just praying away. You can't, there's things that you can't pray away. Prayer assists, okay? But go and get the help that you need. And just open yourself up to the possibility of it. Like, I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to have the assistance that you need. And again, we need to talk more about it. So that is the video for today. I am all in all doing a lot better with my mental health. I'm excited to see where this journey has taken me. And again, I feel like it's interesting that I did all of this during Mental Health Awareness Month. I have a new therapist. I'm on meds. I'm doing all of the things that I need to do to take care of my mental health, and I think that you should too. So that's the video for today, and I hope that you guys find it helpful in some way. I hope that we start having more of these conversations, and yeah. So until next time, be great, get brave, stay all the way live, and with everything be intentional, have the week that you conjure. Peace.